It's Week 8 of the NFL. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Bengals under the lights on Monday night.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction, one of the most exciting players in all of sports, now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Patterson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cleveland first down. What a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these 2 old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Cordero Patterson. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. But finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Bringing this crew out, it's someone known for his big arm since he entered the league back in 2016, Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. In trouble, and he's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, and Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. To throw is Brissett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing, Brissett. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes can't get away, and he's taken down. Von Miller collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries for an even 100 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now Brissett. This pass on target. Velus Jones with it. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
First down, Bengals.
Play action now. Brissett. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On 2nd down, Mostert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
On 3rd down, Brissett. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 35 yards that time on the punt. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Browns at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Back to the ground now. Patterson. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he lost the football. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, and we see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Brissett. And that is incomplete. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A Azeez Ojulari. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But we'll see all the adage. When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this a long day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. Sitting at 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down and 11-yard pickup. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes with a catch made by Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Patterson on the draw play. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And that's going to be caught for Browns. Touchdown. O.J. Howard as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
throwing again on second down. Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
It sets up the fourth down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, good move. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A right side run with Patterson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to
try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted.
A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he finds Howard complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Patterson running between the tackles. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Toss left side, Patterson.
Oh, nice move. And he's taken down inside the 30.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Azeez Ojulari
able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one. Not one that I've ever met.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
54 yards on the ground for him so far.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Toss it out right here to Patterson.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
On play action, Brissett. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out right at the 35.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Brissett. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Brissett. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 61 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Here's Patterson again.
Down right around the 25.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On 3rd down, Brissett.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll throw again, Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Brissett.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Running the counter, Patterson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Give to Patterson, running to the right.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. This to Jarwin. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bengals set to take over. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
He'll find Jones again, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing, Brissett. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brissett again. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, Brissett.
He gets this to Jones over the middle.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. Off the play fake, here's Brissett.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
First down, Brissett.
Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, Brissett. That's complete, right around the 8.
2nd and 5 from the 8. A run with Mostert up the middle. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Play fake, Brissett. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Brissett, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point splits the uprights, and that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and...
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Browns,
The victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.